Come fly with me, let's fly.
Travel is pretty convenient most of the time. One issue, dealing with baggage, whether it's the fact that you don't want to pay to check your bag or you don't want to deal with the airline losing it during travel. Traveling with a carry-on can be a very appealing alternative. So what are the best places to go to get away that you can easily travel with only one carry-on bag? Samara, our travel guru, is here with us today to help us with her favorite locations that you can go to, packing light for sure, right?
Yes. You know, anymore, when you're just going for the weekend, we all tend to overpack. So
Always.
I thought I'd give a couple of destinations that'd be easy to get away with, and then Barbara's going to talk about the packing aspect of it.
That, right? You have to stick around and watch this.
I am so excited.
I know.
I'm a horrible packer.
She says that you can pack. She can pack in for 2 weeks in a carry-on. I'm like, girl, here we go. Okay, so anyway, so there are a couple of key things to remember when you're packing for a destination. Number one, you want it to be sort of casual.
Right. If you are going to a destination that you maybe don't have to take a lot of dress clothes, then it's a lot easier to be able to go to. So places like Arizona are really great, because if you're going to go maybe golfing and a nice dinner, but you can really throw a couple of items in and switch out your clothing and go for a long weekend easy.
What are your favorite places in Arizona for this reason?
Scottsdale has been very popular lately, just
right.
with the spas. I was just in Tucson in May and loved it. Stayed at a beautiful resort and spa there.
Tucson has some great activities for families too.
It does. It's a great place. And so any place like Sedona and those places seem to be popular. Spring break time when spring training is going on.
Oh, that's a good idea.
People go watch baseball.
That's a really good idea. Okay. Next up, Florida, right? You have your typical places, I suppose.
We do a lot of Florida. Obviously, we do Disney and some of those bigger trips, but really for shorter trips, Tampa and Miami are much easier to go to for a shorter time frame. Pack a couple of bathing suits, shorts, and T-shirts in there, and it's a great place to go.
You just need your cover-up and your swimming suit.
That's right.
That's pretty much copacetic for all of Miami. Now, the mountains, this is a good driving trip, too, if you want to make a quick, driving getaway.
My husband and I are going to the mountains in September, and, when we're packing up to stay in a cabin, we're going to have ice chests and things like that. So he's like, do not take a big suitcase. So, I always have to stop and think, okay, I'm going to need some good hiking shoes and maybe some nicer shoes for evening out, and that's it.
Yeah, and these pictures I'm showing are from Colorado Springs, which is a great getaway.
It's a great place to go.
Especially during this Olympic season, you can stop by the Olympic Training Center. That's really fun to do.
It's such a great place because there's so many things in the surrounding area. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, San Antonio during the summertime is warm.
Yes.
But there are a lot of things to do in the summer, too.
It is, and you can kind of go down there and do a quick couple of days on the Riverwalk, or we were just down there at the end of May for a graduation, but we went on and did, Six Flags and things like that. So we were pretty casual most of the time, and it was just we were gone for a long weekend.
Yeah. And then Las Vegas during the summertime. Let me just tell you, I've gone a couple times this summer, and you really don't need to pack anything but just comfortable.
Good shoes.
Good shoes. Pack one pair of good shoes and some comfortable clothes, because it's just too hot.
Yes, I always tell everybody, if you're going to be having a nice dinner again, yes, you can throw in, like a gentleman can throw in a polo shirt and some nice shorts or pants, but really for the most part, you're going to be out and about exploring and having fun in Vegas or gambling.
Right. So. Yeah. And so, then you just need like a sweatshirt and a hoodie, because it gets kind of chilly in the casinos, right? You can just layer it up in Vegas.
We do a ton of Vegas trips at the agency, and most people just go for 2 or 3 nights. So
that's really all you need, too.
Yeah. Well, much more than that, you kind of get done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely. This last trip, I way overpacked, because at the end of the day, all I wanted to wear was yoga pants and a tank top.
Exactly.
Because it was just so warm.
Did you go to the pool when you were there?
Well, it was just too darn hot, Samara. I have to be real honest with you. At the end of May, it was perfect. At the end of June, it was too hot.
It was a little hot. Yeah.
Yeah. And Charleston. This is like everybody's going to Charleston,
Everybody is. This is kind of the new hot place. It was hot like 5 years ago, and we saw it taper off a little bit, so I'm loving seeing the resurgence of it. And with a lot of people flying like American Airlines and stuff, they're going to have to pay for bags, a lot of people are trying to opt for the carry-on. So it's a great little short getaway. If you can ever go for longer, it's wonderful to be able to explore that whole area. But even if you just stay for like 3 nights.
What are your favorite things to do in Charleston?
A lot of golf in the area. We get a lot of people that just want to go strolling and sightseeing. The beach is nice there.
Oh yeah, okay, very cool, very cool. Okay, so Charleston. Speaking of, Andy was flying to Charleston.
I thought that was hilarious.
Let me just real quickly. We've got a little bit of time, so I want to talk about. So people are finding themselves in this Southwest Airlines catastrophe, right? right?
Yes.
What do they need to do if you're still in Amarillo and you're going to fly out? Perhaps there's going to be some challenges this weekend still.
Well, always be prepared. Even if you were going to take some standard luggage, do be prepared with important items in your carry-on bag, both coming and going. That way, if you are delayed or canceled somewhere, at least you have some items with you.
Right.
But I always tell everybody, before you leave for the airport, please check your flight. If you're booked with a travel agency, most of the time they're going to have alerts, and we try to check in and follow up with people and make sure people are getting out. But, you know, carrying the airline's phone number, because sometimes even if you're standing in line, if you can call in and they get assistance over the phone,
Right.
then sometimes it eliminates you having to stand in line.
Because those lines can be so long.
It is, and sometimes you get under airport control and you have to stand in line. But you know, it's like I had some clients that were stranded recently, so it was like we had to figure out getting them a hotel and trying to make sure we got them rebooked. They were in a destination that was a little too far to drive home, so we knew they were going to be stuck at least 24 hours. And so in that case, then there's not much we can do other than wait for the airline to get their stuff figured out. But you know, if you have some comforts of home with you in your carry-on bag, then
Makes a huge difference to have a toothbrush and some deodorant,
It
right?
does.
I mean, it's crazy though.
It
It's
is.
true.
You know, a lot of times people think, oh, this is going to be an easy trip. I don't need a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
with me. But if they'll take some things in their carry-on bag, they'll be totally surprised and how easy it'll be than if they have to just stay a night in a hotel and don't have their main luggage with
Right,
them. So.
absolutely. Okay, very good advice. If you need any more advice on great places to go on a carry-on or beyond, really, call my good friend Samara and look her up on the interwebs, AmarilloTravelNetwork.com. Thanks, Samara.
Thank you, Megan.
All right, good advice today. Stay tuned. Samara, you stay tuned too. Now that we know where we're going, we need to pack a bag. We're going to show you how to do it like the pros. Stick around.
Such a long way from